G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. And yes, we are back with another bike. This is the Evo Rocket. Now I got this bike for free. I must have won it in one of those prize board things. So I never bought it. So I was going through the inventory today and found it. Now, this is about my second ride on it. It is not a bad bike actually. It is way different to anything I got. I even had to make my avatar smaller. So like my knees weren't hitting the handlebars a little bit, so I think it could be aimed at the women, but it is a pretty cool bike. So we're going to take it for a spin. This is where we finished off in the last video, around this area. So I thought we'd go from here and go all the way to the top. I've never been on this bit, so this is the first for me as well. Only my second ride on the Evo. Here we are, going up now. So this should be pretty cool. I do have the turbo on this one. It sort of handles light and a bit more bouncy than my other bikes. I think because it's so small. I reckon it's the smallest bike I got really. It's pretty cool. And a lot of you guys yesterday seemed to enjoy the video. Bit of a change. Bring some motorbikes to the channel. I like motorbikes. So yeah. But the only problem is with going up here now, because yesterday we went up so many levels. We are so high now that we start to get some lag. Just happens. I think the higher you go, it gets a little bit laggier. I think it's like the gravity is thicker. Let's put it that way. But we'll still ride. This is a nice part here. I like this area. It's a bit like you're going through the countryside for a bit of a burn. So I really like it. Look at that. We get a bit of a jump happening over that hill. That's what I mean. It's pretty light, so it will fly through the air a little bit. And bouncing off the walls a little bit. Don't worry, I'm still getting used to this bike. I probably won't ride it a whole heap because I have a lot better bikes. This seems a bit cheaper. Yeah, sort of looks cheaper than the other bikes. Doesn't look as good, not as detailed, but still not bad for free. Like I got it for nothing. It was probably specially made for that prize board. So you probably can't buy it. You can probably buy a different version of the Evo Rocket, which is a really better version. It's got a nice big fat tyre on the back. And a cross on there. That's pretty... What is that? The St. George Cross or something? It's pretty cool. So as you can see, we're still going up and up and up. Got a bit of a jump happening then. And then, as you can see, it's a bit bouncy. But we're going pretty quick. We're doing like 120 miles an hour when we flew over those jumps. So this thing is deceivable in its quickness. You don't realise how fast you're going until you look down at the speedo, which I hardly ever do. So I'm just concentrating on what's ahead of me. But now that I'm doing a voiceover, I can have a look at my speed on the screen here. And we're doing 100 miles an hour a lot. And every now and again we're getting like to about 120 or even 130 then, so pretty cool. And like none of these are super big straights, you always got to turn at the end of them. Look at that, look how far we've come up already. Oh, this looks pretty cool, doesn't it, up here. Road's got a camber thing on it, it sort of turns. There we go. Oh, big lag spike there. The higher we go, like I said, the higher we go, it's like the gravity's getting thicker. And if I remember rightly, this is where the lag really starts to set in. You actually, it looks a bit jerky-ish, actually. So yeah, the higher levels, it's still cooler right up here, but you will get that lag. Or maybe I just had there was no one else here on the place, just me. Again, luckily. There was a dude earlier riding around. And that can cause lag, like a fair few bikes or people coming in and out of the sim can make a lot of lag. But sometimes Second Life just has lag. There's not a lot you can do about it. But in this case, I think because we're going so high, and really Second Life is, the physics isn't really made for riding motorbikes or shooting guns, but we do it anyway in this thing. Oh, there's a turn off, so we'll go up. Look at that, it looks pretty cool though, doesn't it? Nice and sunny up here. So yeah, I think we finally, in this video, we get to the very top of the track. And there are levels you didn't see yesterday's video either. I cut a lot out because it just would have went too long. Where we were and started today, there's only a few levels to go up. So I thought I'd probably leave the whole video and not cut any out. Well, we're doing about 130 then. Oh, nearly 180 man then. Now this bike is deceivably quick when you sort of put the hammer down. It really gets going. Oh man. It's getting thicker. The lag is getting a little bit thicker. Here we're going to pop out here to a new level. There's that moon again. Now, I did see a moon yesterday. I made something like that. It's a skybox. It's on the marketplace. I sell it. Alright, yeah, I used to build in this game years back. And I do have my own store in the marketplace. But that's another thing. Now, this track used to be at another place on the ground. And it didn't have the lag we're getting right here now. And it's actually a really good track. You can open your bike up a little flat out then, past 180. So you can really open it up on this track, but unfortunately all the lag I was getting sort of made it pretty hard. But I thought we'd do a lap and a bit around here anyway. But this has changed. Like the old track I used to ride on, it's exactly like this, but it had more in the middle. It had like these cave areas you rode through. And this used to be the time track. You set the time on at another track. It was pretty cool. So I knew this track pretty well. Apart from that, look at that lag. Damn you lag. But not a problem. We'll just fight through. Look how wide this track is. That's what I used to like about it. And sometimes you'd have like 10 motorbikes on it at a time. You'd have cars on it sometimes. Although cars weren't supposed to be on it. But the odd dude would bring out a car and ride on it. And I remember once I was flying along. And I caught up to this dude and my bike bounced and I ran right over his car. Look at the lag there, look how choppy it is. I almost tried to do this again, but the lag just wouldn't go away. So I think it might be how high we are. There's a carnival there, we're going to check it out later. I thought we'd do one more lap for old time's sake. Because this is almost a track I used to ride on a lot, except the middle bit seems to be gone. Oh, see that lag spike there, it just made the bike jump in midair and brings you to a certain halt. I think we're pretty high then. That was a really high part of the track. So we're going down again, so the lag might get a little bit less. And I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I just thought I'd do a couple. I've still been mucking around in Second Life with the motorbikes. I still have a Kawasaki if you want to see that. I have a Confederate motorbike, which is pretty cool. It was like one of the first good motorbikes I owned. It is very hard to ride to this day, that thing, because it's not made to really go fast. It's made to cruise on, but I try and make it go fast, of course. So yeah, if you want to see any more of these, let me know. I'm just having a little break from Call of the Wild again. I do hit the wall, like I said, with that game sometimes. So we should add more in it, more things to do. I think I'm just, I like playing different games every now and again. We are getting close to the 400th video in Call of the Wild that I've made, so that'll be happening pretty soon, I think. Oh, look at me run off the track there. So that lag, not a problem. as I decide to end the ride down here, we go back to the carnival. As it's just getting sort of impossible to ride. I'm going to revisit this track up here and hopefully we find a day when it's not so laggy. So I'm still not sure if it's SL, Second Life, that's been laggy, or it's the height of this thing. We're thousands of feet up. That does make a difference. Look at that, that is pretty cool. I really wish this track was the ground track. It's such a cool track. So here we go, I think we're near the end now. I like how it skids and it leaves marks on the road. It's not a bad bike to win in a, for a prize. That's it. Look at all, that's too much lag, man. I should be spinning around them corners are that wide. It's just the gravity's so thick, you do it and nothing happens, then it happens. It's crazy. There's that moon again. That'll be a skybox. It'll be like a house in there or something. Oh, here's the carnival. Let's end this ride. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought we'd come, have a look at this. I might get off the bike and play in the carnival for a little while. So I might be doing another video on the Confederate. That is a nice bike also. Let's have a quick look before we go. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll catch you on the next one.